She walked into the glass tower in a simple cotton kurta, her shoes still dusty from the village road. The receptionist smirked. The other candidates laughed. And the CEO? He didn't even look up from his phone. But 10 minutes later, that same arrogant CEO was on his feet, stunned, because the farmer's daughter said something no one expected. And what she revealed? It changed everything. This is not just a story about a job interview. It's a story about identity, grit, and how true intelligence doesn't come with a price tag. Mira grew up in a small village surrounded by fields, cows, and hard work. Her father, a simple farmer, believed in only two things: integrity and education. Even when they had no electricity, he made sure Mira studied under a lantern every night. She topped her district in 12th grade, then earned a scholarship for one of the country's best business schools. But when she came back to her village, jobs were scarce. So she traveled to the city for an interview with Caviton Industries, a billion-dollar agri-tech company. Mira stepped into the sleek marble lobby. Men in suits gave her strange looks. A woman with a designer purse whispered, "Did she get lost?" Inside the boardroom, the CEO, Mr. Rajiv Sinha, was already seated. He wore a smug expression as he glanced at Mira's resume. CEO, smirking. "You studied at Premier Institute of Business? Hard to believe. With that background?" Mira just smiled. "Well, let's begin. Tell me what you know about agriculture." Mira calmly responded. Mira: "Sir, I know when to plant wheat so the yield survives unseasonal rain. I know how poor soil speaks through yellowing leaves. I know how a farmer reads the sky like a calendar." CEO, interrupting: "That's all textbook knowledge." Mira, without flinching: "No, sir. That's breakfast conversation in my home." The room fell silent, but Rajiv wasn't done. CEO: "Fine. Let's talk business. Suppose you had to expand our organic fertilizer product in rural UP. How would you market it to uneducated farmers?" Mira paused, looked him dead in the eye. Mira: "First, I wouldn't call them uneducated. They may not read English, but they understand value. I'd organize free demonstration days in the Panchayat ground using real results from test plots. I'd train local women, like my mother, as brand ambassadors because they talk to every family in the village. And I'd give incentives not for buying, but for using it consistently." The CEO blinked. His assistant stopped typing, but then Mira said something that no one expected. She pulled out a small paper pouch from her bag. "Mira, this is fertilizer I made myself. In our backyard, it increased yield by 23%. We tested it for 3 seasons, and we gave it away for free. Because my father says, if your knowledge feeds only your stomach, it's incomplete." The CEO slowly stood up, walked over, and shook her hand. CEO, softly: "You just answered the question I didn't ask." Mira raised an eyebrow. CEO: "I was testing if you knew business. You just proved you know humanity." Mira got the job, not because she dressed the part, not because she spoke perfect English, but because she understood what business schools often forget. People aren't problems. They're possibilities. In a world obsessed with appearances and privilege, Mira reminded everyone that real intelligence isn't loud. It's rooted, like a seed beneath the soil, waiting for the right moment to rise. If Mira's story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to be reminded of their worth, no matter where they come from. Subscribe to Kindness Echoes for more powerful stories that uplift, inspire, and remind us. The heart always speaks louder than the resume. Thank you for watching.